The steamy air of Rio's Arena de Luta was thick with heat and hype, the kind that makes your skin tingle. Bright lights bounced off metal railings and sweat-slicked faces, amplifying the charged energy in the room. It was the grand finale of the Global Grappling Championship 2025, and the packed crowd of 7,000 was screaming like they'd bet their lives on the outcome. The noise was deafening, a thunderous wall of sound that shook the rafters and vibrated in the bones. The black belt heavyweight title fight had just ended with a bang. Rafael the Python Santos, a 30-year-old BJJ beast from Fortaleza, had just choked out his opponent with a lightning-fast bow and arrow choke. His opponent lay still, gasping for air, while medics checked on him. The mat was still warm from the battle, Rafael's GI soaked, his dark eyes blazing with victory. At 6 feet 3 inches with a string of submissions that had black belts shaking, he was the night's undisputed king. Sweat ran in rivulets down his temples, steam rising from his back under the harsh arena lights. Rafael grabbed the mic from the announcer right there on the mat, his chest heaving, his grin sharp as a blade. The spotlight burned down, cameras rolling for a global live stream. "Oi, Rio," he roared, his voice booming through the arena. "Who's left to tap? I'm running through this division like a knife through butter." The crowd cheered, feeding his ego like dry wood catching fire. Adrenaline and arrogance mixed in his blood like fuel. Then his gaze locked onto the VIP section, where Jason Statham sat front row, his shaved head gleaming under the spotlight, his lean frame coiled like a spring, eyes steady as steel. Jason sat with arms crossed, unmoved, his face a stone mask among the chaos. He wore a simple black tee under a leather jacket, his calm demeanor a sharp contrast to the storm around him. Rafael's laugh was pure venom. "Yo, look at this. We got Jason Statham, Hollywood tough guy, sitting there like he knows the mats." He pointed, the crowd turning like a wave. "Brother, you're good for action flicks, but this is real jiu-jitsu. You get wrapped up faster than a stunt double can say cut. Stick to your movies, Velho." The arena exploded, half roaring for Rafael's audacity, half stunned at the disrespect. Some laughed, others booed. Phones shot up, live streams erupted, and hashtags trended in real time. Jason, 58, didn't flinch, but his jaw tightened, a storm brewing in his eyes. He wasn't here for clout. His old friend and BJJ coach, Master João Ferreira, had invited him to watch the tournament and plug his new film, Ground Game, a raw BJJ drama that honored the soul of the sport. But Rafael's words weren't just a jab. They were a public slap, delivered in front of millions watching live. The crowd's noise dropped to a tense hum, like the moment before a thunderclap. All eyes locked on Jason. He stood, slow and deliberate, his boots hitting the floor like a judge's gavel. Even his silence spoke volumes. Phones lit up brighter, catching every inch of movement. Rafael tossed the mic to the mat with flair, spreading his arms, taunting. "What, you got something to say, movie star?" Jason stepped over the barrier with a quiet finality, his voice cutting through the chaos like a knife. "No need to talk, mate." He pointed at Rafael, his accent sharp, deliberate. "Challenge accepted. Right here, right now." The crowd lost its damn mind. Fans screamed so loud it felt like the roof would cave in. Rafael's smirk faltered for a split second, a flicker of doubt, but he recovered, nodding like he'd planned this twist all along. Jason peeled off his jacket slowly, revealing a physique that shut up anyone calling him mold. Lean, scarred, muscles like twisted rope from years of training. Not gym muscles, mat muscles. Earned, not sculpted. He'd earned his BJJ brown belt under Joao's brutal coaching, rolling with killers in Rio's toughest gyms, bleeding and grinding in places no cameras ever reached. He wasn't just an actor. He was a martial artist who lived the grind. A referee, a wiry black belt named Clara, rushed to the mat, quickly stepping between the men. She raised her hands, barking out quick rules with the clarity of experience. 10-minute submission, only exhibition. No points, just heart, pressure, and technique. Starting now. Rafael didn't expect this. He thought his taunt would get laughs, maybe a viral clip, not a real fight with Jason Statham. But Jason's calm was unnerving, his eyes locked on Rafael like he was prey. There was no performance here. No sawating. Just focus. The crowd sensed it too. This wasn't just a match, it was a lesson. The whistle blew, and Rafael exploded forward, pulling guard with terrifying speed, his legs snapping around Jason's waist like a bear trap. The crowd held its breath, waiting for the movie star to crumble. But Jason's base was granite, his posture drilled into muscle memory from years on the mats. He shut down Rafael's sweeps with a hip shift, so clean it drew gasps from the BJJ purists in the front row. Rafael, smirking again, went for his signature guillotine, his arm clamping around Jason's neck like a vice. The arena screamed, sensing a quick tap. But Jason had rolled with monsters, Gracie black belts, world champs, and gym assassins who didn't care about names. He stayed cool, peeling Rafael's arm with a precise grip break, then spun to side control, his pressure heavy as a truck. Rafael's eyes widened, his breath hitching. This wasn't a stunt double. This was real. The crowd chanted Statham. Statham, as Jason worked, his movements smooth but relentless, like a predator toying with its catch. Rafael scrambled, pulling guard again, and caught Jason in a deep triangle, his legs locking tight, trying to end it now. The gym roared. Fans leapt to their feet. Jason's face stayed calm, his breathing steady. He'd been here before, tapping and learning in Rio's back alley dojos under Joao's ruthless eye. He stacked Rafael, broke the angle with calm precision, then passed him out, drawing a collective gasp. Rafael bucked, desperate, but Jason's control was surgical, his weight like an anchor, his hips low and locked. With 2 minutes left, Rafael went for a heel hook, a last resort gamble. Jason saw it coming, reading the setup like a veteran. He countered with a textbook leg drag, shifted hips, and left Rafael exposed. In a flash, Jason locked in a tight kimura, twisting just enough to make Rafael grimace in pain. The crowd screamed for a tap, but Jason didn't crank it. He held the position with calm authority, letting Rafael feel the control. Then, just as the whistle blew, he released. He stood, offering a hand to help Rafael up, never breaking eye contact. Rafael, panting, stared at Jason, his cocky grin gone, replaced by something raw, respect. The crowd was deafening, a roar of stunned admiration. Phones captured every second like relics. Jason's voice was low, steady. You're a hell of a grappler, Rafael. But jiu-jitsu's not just about taps. It's about heart and respect. Rafael, still catching his breath, nodded, eyes meeting Jason's like a student finally recognizing his teacher. He took the offered hand, pulling himself up, then raised Jason's arm with his own, a gesture that sent the crowd into a frenzy. Even the harshest fans clapped. Rafael, humble, grabbed the mic one last time. I was wrong about this guy, he said, voice raw. He's the real deal. Jason didn't gloat. He gave a nod, his point made, and walked off the mat, the crowd chanting his name like a war cry. Later that night, Rafael posted a video from the locker room, his voice quieter than usual. He admitted he'd misjudged Jason and vowed to carry himself with more humility, both on and off the mat. The clip of their handshake became a viral symbol of sportsmanship and grit. For Jason, it wasn't about proving he was tougher. He'd stepped onto the mat to defend the soul of BJJ. Discipline, heart, and respect for the art. Rafael's taunt had dismissed every grappler who'd bled for their belts. And Jason's response wasn't ego, it was principle. He'd shown the world, and Rafael, that respect is earned on the mats, not with words.